Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Quick video. I am on the fence about something. Now, if you remember last year, sometime last year, I was sent some wood. Well, I was sent wood a couple of times last year, but this one piece in particular, I knew I wasn't going to turn into scales. I didn't want anything to do with scales. This piece is so beautiful, I wanted to keep it and do something with it. So I spent the better part of an hour or so using my DeWalt orbital sander and sanding down both sides of it, picking out the bark and doing everything, because I have a slab of burled maple that is just beautiful. And I'm thinking of doing something with it, and I thought I'd do a quick video here on YouTube as well as for Facebook and Instagram to get some input, because I want to get some of you viewers and subscribers involved in this. As you know, I'm not much into woodworking. I do like to do some of that stuff. I don't mind getting my hands dirty, but I'm a novice when it comes to this. And I've seen a lot of people in the past do tables. Now, this piece isn't very big, but what I'd like to do is maybe make a small end table. And there's two ways of doing it. One would be taking the burl and cutting it in half and then reversing them and then building a little frame and doing the epoxy or something, or leave it the size it is now, fill it up with epoxy, maybe make a rectangular frame, do stuff like that, or leave it exactly as it is and just clear coat it with epoxy or clear coat it with a Watco Danish oil or some type of penetrating oil or something. So I'm going to show you what this looks like, and I'm going to leave the decisions up to you guys. So let's get going. Okay, guys. So it's already hand sanded down to I think 80 grit or something. This is just rubbing alcohol to give everybody an idea of what this finish looks like, and I'll bring you in a little bit closer maybe to show you what. Get a better view of it if it's not going to be looking so well this way. But you use rubbing alcohol so it evaporates fast and the wood doesn't absorb it. But I thought this would give you a great idea about this grain and this texture. It's just beautiful. And this is the one side I really like because of the fact that you can see the wood in here. And if you filled this with epoxy, then maybe even a dyed epoxy, you would really get to see the inside of that. And same thing in here too. You could fill this up with a colored epoxy here and here. I think that'd be pretty cool. So let's flip it over and I'll show you the other side. Okay, now here's the other side. As you can see, there's not as much character. Here it's more sealed up right here and right there. So there's more surface to use, but there's not as much of the character with the live edge and that the epoxy could go in. But it still has a beautiful look, and it gives you a lot more surface to maybe use as a table. Right in here if you didn't fill these voids in. So this is where I'm at right now, and I'm kind of on the fence about it and not being privy to how to do it or what to do. I thought I'd open this up for discussion. Maybe somebody's got some ideas. Okay, here we'll take you in for a little bit of a closer look so you can really appreciate the grain and the curl that's in this burl maple. Just beautiful. Just like all this flame comes out right here. And some people might turn this into knife scales, but no, I don't want to do that. I want to keep this all one piece. So there you have it, gang. So as you know, I do have a West Systems, and I did a couple little projects with the West System in the past. I could color dye that with pigments. They make stuff like that. I can mix an epoxy and maybe pour epoxy over this, or at least inside these nooks and crannies. Again, this is the side that's got most of a flat surface, but this side here I really like, because if I do the epoxy, then I could drop colored epoxy all inside here, because you can see how it sits like this, these little valleys, and I'd really think it'd be cool. And then as well as you could see the epoxy, if you put epoxy in here, you would see this wood down here, but have that epoxy look. So what do you think, gang? On the fence. And West Systems, I have a bunch of it, so I'd really not want to buy a different epoxy, but I'm open to suggestions. If anybody's got any links or information, leave them down below. You can also reach out to me via my website at CK Knife and Tool, as well as Facebook and at CK Knife and Tool. So until the next video, guys, take it easy. Have a good one. I appreciate everything. Leave it all down below. You know what else to do. See you later.